All right, welcome back, guys. We're gonna do our Week 7 NFL predictions. Just an update. Last week, my dad went 10-5. I went 13-2. That's pretty good. It brings our totals up to 61-31-1 to 59-33-1, respectively. So I'm only down 2 games now. I'm making quite a comeback. Yeah. We both said the Steelers for Thursday night football.
Mm.
Obviously, that turned out to be incorrect. Uh, he's writing down each game real quick, so I'll go on a quick rant about my team.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, if anybody watched that game, the two old quarterbacks showed out. I think there's a lot of bad that came from that game with our defense not being able to do anything. Supposed to have this great pass rush, but we weren't getting pressure. Um, we weren't covering Jamar Chase like at all. It was pretty insane. Especially that last drive when they just needed a field goal and we decided to virtually not play defense. But uh, looking on the bright side, our offense looked really good. I thought Aaron Rodgers looked amazing. He did have 2 interceptions on the stat sheet, but only one was really his fault. He was making plays out there all game. At the end, he threw up a Hail Mary that showed it proved he still has the arm strength. That's for sure. Went about 70 yards in the air, so it was pretty impressive. I'm trying to take some of the good from that game. Say, hey, if our offense can hit its stride and our defense can hit its stride at the same time, I think we could be a pretty good team. But it also kind of pulled me back. I thought we were killing it. Kind of pulled me back to reality, and I don't think we're like a top 10 team right now. We'll see how we progress through the season, though.
All right, we can go ahead and start. I can finish some of these while we're moving on.
All right. Just to reiterate, we both chose Pitt for the first game. Okay. Next up, we have. Oh yeah, we have the early game. It's at like 8:30 or whatever Eastern time. Rams versus Jags.
Yep.
I think it'll be a pretty good game. I think it'll be a pretty defensive game. Um, I think both these teams have great defenses and both have pretty good offenses as well. But I think it'll be a defensive battle, and I think I like the Rams' defense a little more. I think Stafford's a better quarterback than Lawrence, so if I had to bet on the turnover battle, I'd go against Jacksonville, even though they've forced the most turnovers this year and have been winning that. I still think that just with the QB play, I trust the Rams a bit more. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I kind of like the direction of the Jags. I think that the Los Angeles Rams, a good team, definitely gonna make playoffs. Great quarterback play. I think that again, I'm giving benefit of the doubt to Jacksonville here, but I just think that they're gonna find a way to win. Um, yeah, I feel like that Liam Cohn and and Travis Etienne and that whole thing there. I think that they're just going to be able to do just enough to pull off the win. And I like that it's at Jacksonville.
Uh, yeah. One thing I don't know is if Puka's playing. I'm gonna take the Rams either way, but I do think that's a difference maker as well. All right. Next up, we got I think a pretty easy one. We got the Patriots at Titans. The Patriots should win this pretty handily.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we both can agree that New England, man, overdoing expectations. Wasn't sure at the beginning of the year. I know that I did talk extensively about that. Their coaching was
Vrabel.
going to lead to a bright future. I just didn't think it was going to happen so quick. I think that their quarterback has been playing great, been put in really good positions to do well, and I think that more credit should go to Mike Vrabel than that's actually going to the quarterback. And I think a lot of people are getting on the Drake May bandwagon and forgetting about all the other pieces that are there. Yeah.
Yeah. I am pretty high on Drake May. I think he's really good. probably top 10 to 12 quarterback right now. And he's still really young. Um, yeah, that's really all I got to say about that, though. New England does have like the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL, so I think they'll really actually rack up wins this year. It's like ridiculously easy.
All right. Next one is the New Orleans and Chicago.
Chicago's coming off a couple really close wins. I'm pretty sure they've won 25 to 24 back to back weeks. I think this should be their game to kind of break out and maybe not blow a team out, but win by more than one. Uh, I got I got the Bears winning this. I think the Bears are actually a pretty good team, and I think New Orleans is a bottom five team.
You took a lot of what I was going to say. I was going to say that um, New Orleans is a bottom five team, and that's why I was going to go with Chicago. Is really what it came down to. But yeah, I don't have a lot more on it.
All right. Next up, I think this is a an interesting matchup. We got the Dolphins and Browns.
Mm. Yeah, who are you going to choose?
I'm
You're going
gonna
to go
go with
Cleveland.
the
Yeah, I know you would.
Browns. Um, I think their defense is just fantastic. I think the Dolphins haven't looked very good. I will say if the Dolphins get off to a hot start or even get one to, if they get two to three big plays because of how speedy they are, that could be pretty big because the Cleveland offense isn't fantastic, but pretty sure the Dolphins have a pretty bad run defense, and Quinshon Judkins, the Browns rookie running back, has looked really good. So I am going to rock with Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way. I've been talking about Miami and their speed. I think that there's a lot of heat right now on the quarterback because of some of his comments, calling out his teammates about not showing up to players only meetings. But while I think that the criticism is warranted because that's not how you call out your teammates, I do believe it might burn a little bit of a fire under some people, um, piss them off in a good and bad way. But I think it's going to translate onto the field in a very positive way. And if he can get the ball down the field, which I know we know he can, I think that we're going to see good things.
Yeah, next up we got the Panthers at Jets. The Jets are winless so far. I don't think they're of the caliber of a winless team. But I do think this Panthers team is not legit, but I think they're a decent team, and I do think they're better than the Jets. So I'll take Carolina. I also think Bryce has been playing really good, except for his scheduled weekly turnover that he has every single week.
Yeah, I just think that I agree with everything you're saying. I do think the Jets are going to put up a bit of a fight, but I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna go. No, I think at the end of the day, Carolina is going to pull off the W. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be one of those who has the ball last type of games, and I think that Carolina is going to be able to pull it off. I just want to sneak this in. I think that a lot of people downplay the NFC South, and I think Atlanta and Carolina are showing that it's a lot stronger division that people give it credit for.
Yeah, I also do want to mention real quick Carolina's run game has been fantastic. I think virtually all year, especially the past couple weeks, though. So yeah.
This
All
is
right.
an interesting one.
Yep, we got another interesting one. We got the Eagles at Vikings. Eagles are coming off two straight losses. I can't picture them losing a third in a row. This is one I'd like to take the Vikings. I like the Vikings a lot. I love the upsets, but I just I don't think this Eagles team will just drop another one. Not in a row. Three in a row would be pretty crazy for the amount of talent they have.
Going to get crazy. I think that Minnesota is going to pull it off. I think that all the momentum is going against Philly right now. They've been exposed. I think they're a team that has scraped by for over a year now. And now they're starting to be exposed a little bit. Unless they can get their run game going, which I think is going to be the key to their victories.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that happening. And then on top of it, some turmoil on the offensive side with a wide receiver. I think that Minnesota is more balanced, a quick team, and it's in Minnesota. I'm giving the nod to Minnie.
All right. I like that. Next up, we got Raiders at Chiefs. Uh, Divisional games are always interesting, but I think the Chiefs will take this one. They're getting Rashee Rice back, who is their overall best receiver. Their offense has been looking pretty pretty good these last few weeks. Mahomes is in MVP talks right now, which is something I predicted before the season. I think I said him and Baker both. I'll have to look back to double check that, but yeah. Anyways, I'm feeling KC. I just wanted to brag about my preseason predictions.
Yeah, it's great. It's always good when you are a 500 team and you're in MVP conversations. It makes no sense to me. That's not a typical thing because of the body of work Mahomes has done in his career. He gets that, I guess, push. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but I think that it should be balanced and it goes to the best player in football, period, every year, or you have to have a winning record and go deep in the playoffs or be a playoff caliber team.
Yeah, that's just
So
odds.
so I am of the state of mind should be the best player, but that's not what we do. We typically punish players in the past for their team not making a playoff berth.
well,
And right now, the Chiefs are 500. He shouldn't be in VP or MVP conversations until they are above 500 minimally. Now, with all that said, all that negativity, I do think they are going to win this game. I just don't like the MVP conversations with the 500 team. And there were MVP conversations when they were sub 500. It's stupid. Choose the way. Hey, hopefully somebody on a real channel sees this. Real reporters choose one side or the other. And the most valuable player doesn't have to be the one that has a winning record. Most valuable player, or continue to do what you've done and have people that are helping getting their teams to the playoffs. But it's a team sport at the end of the day. This isn't the NBA.
yeah, I do think the MVP should have a winning record. I think they should be a top seed, but or maybe not top seed, at least in the playoff picture. Uh, but that is projections. Everyone's projecting the Chiefs to come out stronger and end up at a place where Mahomes can win MVP. If the season ended right now, it's virtually unanimous that Baker would be the MVP. All right, now that that little rant's over, we got I think another interesting one in the Giants Broncos.
He says that, but he's going to choose Denver, so I don't know why he said that.
Denver's coming off a really rough week, while the Giants coming off a really strong week. Beating the brakes off Philly versus almost losing to the Jets. Yeah, I'm choosing the Broncos. I have a lot of faith in this team. In my opinion, the best defense in the NFL. And as much as I like the Giants' offense and Cam Scadaboo and Jackson Dart, they are both rookies. They'll make mistakes. So I'm taking Denver.
Yeah, I'm also going Denver, and it's really for the defense. I wasn't as much of a believer as every professional out there was at the beginning of the season, but they're making me a believer. So
the defense is legit, yeah. All right, next up we got the Colts at Chargers.
This should be a good one.
Do you know who I'm going with?
I think you'll go with Los Angeles.
No, I'm going with the Colts. I think they're rolling. The Chargers are missing key offensive linemen. It was a close game it was Miami last week, right? It was a very close game. They had a
Bless me. Pardon me.
What I would call maybe a lucky play where Herbert broke a basically sure sack and then got the ball off and they got a huge chunk, which let them hit the game-winning field goal. I think this Colts team is just all around a fantastic team. Great running back. I would say pretty good quarterback. Not really good, but I'd say he's pretty good right now. Good defense. I believe in them.
Is there a second matchup?
Is it? No.
Yeah, I say no.
No. Right?
Yeah, they played on the 28th, right?
This is the Rams.
Okay. I don't know. All right.
They played the Rams on the 20th.
Oh yeah, they played the Rams. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Um, sorry, I'm a bit confused. All right, so uh, I don't like Indy. I was trying to see who Indy played, and if they played any really good teams. I guess win at Denver was solid. Outside of that, that's pretty mediocre. The rest of it,
Yeah, they did lose to the Rams, but it was a close game.
yeah. So and I look at Los Angeles. It looks like they also are. I mean, they beat Denver as well. Man, Denver with that strong defense loses both these guys. But anyways, it looks like outside of that, they haven't really beat a top team either.
They beat Chiefs week 1, if you count Chiefs as whatever.
Okay, I guess this doesn't go back all the way. So I'm going to go with Los Angeles in this, though.
All right. Yeah, he got confused real quick because he saw LA, but there's 2 LA teams, which is kind of confusing. All right, next up we got Packers at Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I bet you go Green Bay and not Arizona.
I don't know what quarterback is playing for Arizona. It's funny he said that. This is going to be my upset of the week. I can't help but go with my boys, the Cardinals. Um, I think that man, I don't know. I don't have a super good reason. I think they have a pretty good defense. I'm just feeling it. That's it. I'm just going off gut. I actually have no real reason.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at some statistics. Green Bay's averaging 26.2 points, 237 through the air, 122 on the ground, holding opponents to 20. 207 opposing offensives through the air, 73 on the ground. Basically, they beat Arizona in every category. I can't envision, especially with some quarterback uncertainty, that would go any other way except for towards Green Bay.
See, that's why he's going to end up losing. He's not willing to call the upsets like I am. I killed it last week. I should have called the Bills one too. I was so close to doing that. All right. Next up, we got
That's a good game.
the the Commanders at Cowboys. I think this will be a shootout, like every single Cowboys game is this year. And you know what? I trust Dallas's offense more. Uh, I think currently I'm actually going with Dak is a better quarterback than Jane Daniels this year.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not like a hot take. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, I'm going with the Cowboys. I think their offense will light up the Commanders' defense. It'll be big Dak, George Pickens week. Yeah, that's really all it takes.
Yeah, I also feel like that's it's Dallas has to give the game away. It's definitely very possible. Depends on how strong Jane Daniels comes out. I think a lot of the Washington rides on him, but Dak is playing at an MVP caliber level. He's playing at a top 4 or 5 quarterback in the league, and yeah.
Yeah. Next up, I think we have another really interesting game for me. We got the Falcons at 49ers.
Yeah, this is
This
interesting to me too.
this Falcons team, I think, is one of the most polarizing teams in the NFL. They can come out and look really bad. They got skunked by the Panthers 30-0. Then come out and look really good. They beat the Bills last week. A lot of that was also the Bills shooting themselves, but they played a pretty good game. Bijan Robinson is on pace for like 3,100 all-purpose yards this year, something ridiculous. Um, I don't remember exactly the number, but it's just something. It might be 2,700, 3,100. It's in that range. Um, but I think I don't know. Fred Warner's out. Joey Bosa's 49ers have so many injuries. I think the pass rush looked really good last week against a good Bills O line. If they keep that up, that'll get Mac Jones flustered. He might make some mistakes. I'm gonna go Atlanta, but I'm not feeling great about it.
Mm. Yeah, I'm really torn on this one. I think my mind tells me to go with San Francisco, but my heart tells me to go with Atlanta. So I'm gonna go with my mind because this is a thinking thing, not a wishy-washy heart thing. So I'm gonna go with San Francisco, but I agree. I think Atlanta again. NFC South is way better than people gave it credit for at the beginning of the season. I think we're starting to see that. Um, the Bucks are sitting at 5-1, but very easily some of these early wins and tiebreakers might come up for us to win the division against Atlanta. And Carolina is right there too. So
Yeah, I do think Carolina is the team that might get better as the year goes on too. I think they might actually be a playoff threat later on, but we'll see what happens. All right, next up, man, we're killing it. There's a lot of good games this week. I feel like a lot of good matchups, I should say. Next up, we got the Bucks at Detroit. Detroit's coming off a decently big loss against Kansas City. The Bucks coming off a win against who'd they beat last week? 49ers. I got to go Tampa Bay. Baker is the MVP right now. He's looked fantastic. I'm not sure who's playing, who's not playing. Like I don't know if Mike Evans is playing. I think Igbuka's out. I think Bucky Irving's out. I think Chris Godwin is in.
No, I think Chris Godwin's out.
I'm gonna check.
Chris Godwin's out.
For some reason I thought he was playing.
The only person that might play is Mike Evans. Might come back. And then on defense, Zion McCollum looks like he's back. And then another cornerback. Listen, I got to ride hard on Tampa.
He's right. He's been ruled out.
I have to ride hard on Tampa. They're playing at an elite level. They're being scrappy and finding ways to win. I feel like they're going to continue to do that, but Detroit is dangerous. If we didn't get, if Mike Evans ends up sitting out because he's not 100% back, but he was at practice this week, so I assume he's back. We're going a different direction. But I'll say this: watch out for Tez Johnson.
The one catch, 54-yard touchdown last week. It was a nice catch.
Well, watch out for him. I think if Evans can pull the number one guy on defense on him, it's going to open up Tez and Cam Johnson. Both of those guys.
Sterling Shepard.
Is Sterling injured?
I don't think so.
But yes, I mean Sterling Shepard too. He's always he's been really good. But anyways, I think that
when's McMillan coming back?
McMillan is not going to be back till like week 14 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, the Bucks do have a lot of injuries. This is actually I was going to take the Bucks. I thought they had two receivers playing. They only have one. Whenever you're talking about their quote unquote star receivers, for some reason I thought Godwin was playing. I think this will come down to the Bucks' run defense. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, might have a big game, but I'm going with my heart instead of my brain. I'm the opposite of him, and I'm going to go Tampa Bay. The only thing this comes down to is I think Baker has that dog in him, and I think he'll do whatever it takes to win. He would go out on fucking D-line if he had to.
I believe that.
Do you ever see the play? I think it was the Panthers at practice. They had him playing scout D-line.
Did they really?
Yeah, just for like a player. I don't know why, but it was like a little viral thing that happened. All right, is this the last game of the week?
It is.
All right, so finally we got Texans at Seattle. I'm not even gonna lie. I have Seattle winning this. I shouldn't say easily. I think this Texans defense is formidable. Their offense is kind of getting going, but I think the Seattle team is actually really legit. They have a good defense. Their offense has been booming. Jackson Smith-Njigba has been killing it. He's leading the league in receiving. Sam Darnold, he throws dimes. I actually.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this Seattle, it's almost like the earlier game I talked about, to where like they would have to do something to cripple themselves. Like they'd have to try to lose almost.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's this week's predictions. We're running a little behind. We were supposed to do. Well, I guess supposed to. I wanted to do a little uh, third of the year awards show type thing. We have a busy weekend. Maybe we'll get that up. Maybe we won't. Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Till
See you
next
next
time.
time.